So it's April 1st, 2022, and in my real life story, on this side of the Atlantic, and like lost Atlantean people wearing this, but under my vest, there's a commercial for this rental car company called National, and then it goes into some spokesperson, one of the leaves on a family tree in the looks like the same forest of my national heritage, but I don't know, have a label for what kind of tree it is. She apparently had access in her national upbringing to something. It was a brown uniform called Girl Scouts. I remember where I was being held, born into the fallout shelter in New York City, Bayside. But then they moved and allowed me, or allowed Lou to get into the brokerage business of whatever. He tried the garment business, he tried acting, he tried a lot of things for an only child, whose brother, by the way, on his way over, was supposed to play soccer, but then died on the ship over from Italy, from northern Italy, by the way. There's a big difference in New York's understanding and overstate of what qualifies one as an Italian. Identity thievery being on the rise. So, Lewis, so we moved out to Long Island, and so the elementary school where the presidential certificates were given out to the very small class of whatever I was in, they were country club kids. I didn't, again, Lewis didn't have that kind of money and wasn't allowed into the, or whatever, with the country club. But they entertained us when, at a few points, one time type of things. And so, one of the things was Girl Scouts. They had a flyer that came home, just like with Russian Club. Russian Club came, I wanted to go. Something new, something different, didn't know what it was. It was a different language. I was excited. Because the day school was not really like, there was nothing there. So this after school thing, I'm like, well, maybe an after school activity would do, but whatever. So, and then, so a flyer came home about Girl Scouts. Really excited. I'm like, let's do it, Lynn. I was like, I want to be part of it. I was like, please call the mom, whatever. I think she did. And then she had to follow up. I think it was Howard's mom. And then, they couldn't find like a den mom or a mom to do it. Now, this is after Mark King was in Craigler's class, however, he got there for like a week or two, and then was no longer there. Denmark King, right? So, for whatever, I don't know if he was like the Denmark, but it's Den being the like animal den, and then there's a Mark King. So, however that works. And then there was the this language thing being so difficult. I don't know. Language laboratory, when we were together, it was a lot easier to convalesce, but whatever. So anyway, so there was no I was in 2015 before the last version of World of Hurt was thrown at me. So there was no Girl Scouts even offer. Like, it was offered, but it never came to fruition because, however, whatever was working in country clubs and kept women, they didn't have the backing or the effigy to put together a Girl Scouts for one reason or another. It's unbeknownst to me, and I was in the whatever. So this is what the commercial of somebody else looks like. They had some campaign apparently about going purple or being purple. I have no idea. I've never even heard of this before.
Proud. We all love their cookies, their confidence, their can-do spirit. They wear a lot of green. Any guesses? There's a clue. Talking about the Girl Scouts, of course. This year for April Fool's Day, the Girl Scouts are playing a...
They don't all wear green because the girl's picture shows her wearing brown for some reason.
A little prank and turning their official color from green to purple for just a few hours. Why? It's inspired by actress Kristen Bell's very popular children's book. It's called The World Needs More Purple People, which is about becoming an everyday hero. We interviewed Kristen about this a while ago. Bell was...
Now there's her. I remember this was something super important, like community society. It was offered, but it never, in my area, was pulled together, although we did have other things. Also, again, I don't know in Cold Spring Harbor if they had football. They were big on lacrosse, and the girls were big on field hockey. Tennis wasn't a real big thing, although Lou and I would go up and just practice together for some exercise every now and again. And I didn't know I still don't know how the game works. I just stand there and he hits a ball at me and I hit back. And then there was some ice skating offered, which was nice, but again, I tried my best, and swimming in an off facility.
Belle was also a Girl Scout herself. She talks, isn't that cute? She talks about what it means to be a
Funny thing, basketball, from what I know, wasn't a big thing either. The boys really centered around lacrosse, from what I heard. Again, I missed 2 years. I missed 9th and 10th grade. I came back in 11th grade, briefly. But even in 11th grade, it looked like all of the elementary school kids that I knew were no longer there. Hard time finding them. And it was like their faces had been replaced with people that I have no idea where they arrived from or how that was working.
Purple person in this clip, which you're seeing first on CBS Mornings.
I wrote a book about what makes purple people. Purple people are the kind of people who ask great questions, they get curious about the world, and they use their voices for good.
I want to be a purple person.
You are, yeah.
I think we're all purple people, to be honest with you, at this table. Can't speak for others. Belle is also teaming up with the Girl Scouts for the Paint Your World Purple event. That's coming up next month. During the virtual event, she'll teach Scouts to the 5 steps to becoming a purple person. I remember when we talked to her when the book first came out. She's got 2 young children.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think it's a wonderful message that she's sending. So bravo.
I like that, being purple.
I do too.
As opposed to being a purple people eater.
Yes, that's
which
right.
I used to be as a little boy.
There's so many layers to that.
I'm watching them. They're the last line of defense for a couch potato that missed out her entire life. I still have no idea what Kristen Bell's purple people mean, what purple people eater means, why they're having some event. I mean, I'm in New York. It looks like if purple people are like purple potatoes, I think they've done very well in New York. I don't understand why we're encouraging more. They're plentiful in numbers. So it gets confusing when they speak of these things, these movements, these commencements, these ceremonies, these whatever, that they're all like involved in and they know, but their message does not, to a transponder, it does not traverse the teleportation system to cognition system. In like the neurons are there and they're firing, synapses are convalescing, but audio's full blast on like mission secure, got it. I can hear them. I can see them, but the construct of the pattern of words that they're using dances around something they're working on, but it does not convey anything solid. Gets confusing, and that's how things fall apart or things go sideways. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. I do know somewhere in the world when they were setting up the advanced sports as a backup mechanic of safety for some of us, that lacrosse thing and the not really focused on basketball, not really focused on football, but on some other sport, which I did not go watch either, because, again, there were no boys to go crazy about in the high school I was in. Just time wasted on the field, as usual. Rus Aja.